Hello! Today we are going to be creating an art project that has rhythm. Rhythm as a design principle is based on the repetition of colors, shapes, forms, lines, or value contrasts. What that means is we are going to be repeating some sort of a shape and colors in this project. So in this case, the rhythm is going to be created with these squares of different types of papers in the background. It's kind of creating a grid design, and then we are also going to be doing some printmaking with this heart shape. So we're going to do the negative space and the positive space. Negative space, positive space, doing a stamp or a print on each one of these little squares. And then the color scheme, this color scheme has got like the blues and greens in it, and everybody will have sort of a different color scheme. So the first thing that we are going to do is I'm going to give everybody a plain piece of cardstock. It is a 12 by 12 square, and we are going to have a bunch of different papers. Some of them are art pieces that have been cut up, decorative papers, magazine papers, and some of them are pieces of an old book. And then we're going to lay out our design the way that we think it will look good. And some of them are old cards. This is an old card. So I like to lay out my design first. And some of these might not fit exactly on there. For example, right here you can see where it didn't quite line up all the way, and that's okay, because they're not really perfectly cut. Let's see, and you might need to play around with this for a little bit. I like to lay it out beforehand, so then I know exactly where I need to cut everything, or where I want to glue everything. You will see. All right, I guess that looks okay to me. The next thing we're going to do, leave your squares on your paper so that you know where you wanted to glue them. If you take them all off, then you won't know exactly where. And then you're going to just start with this first square, and then we're going to glue them on. Now, you only need glue around the outside edge, and not so much that it's oozing out, all right? We always talk about that, but a lot of people can't follow that rule, and then their artwork is got too much glue on it. Oh, mine's even seeping out a little bit, so I might have put a little bit too much on it. All right, so here is my completed grid pattern with all these different types of papers. It's kind of a collage. So the next thing we're going to do, this is a foam printing plate. It's really thin, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a pencil to draw a heart. We want our heart to be fairly big, so you might, whoops, that pencil broke. You might wanna visualize it, because you really only have one chance to draw it, because we are going to be using both pieces, the background and the heart itself. So we don't want to make a lot of extra lines on our piece. All right, and it's okay if it's not a perfect heart. That makes it even more interesting. So here is my heart. The next thing we're gonna do, I think I will be doing this for you, is cutting it out, because we have to use an X-Acto knife, and they can be kind of dangerous, so I think I will probably do this part for you. And normally I wouldn't cut right on top of my nice artwork that I just made. All right. So here are our printing plates. So the next thing that we're gonna do, I'm gonna hot glue a couple of beads on here, just like wooden beads, just so we have something to hold on to, because we're gonna be dipping this in ink and then stamping next. So I will get the beads hot glued on and come back for the next step. All right, I have my bead glued on. This is just to hang on to it better when we put it into the paint. So there's a couple beads on this one and one on this one. Now what we are going to do, I'm going to give everybody a tray with some white tempera paint, and then we're going to use this brayer. It's like a roller to roll the paint out so that we have a nice consistency of our paint, a nice flat surface to print on. And then we are just going to start. I'm going to start with the negative space, so I'm going to be printing here. And so I'm just going to put my plate carefully in the paint and push it down. You don't, if it doesn't come out perfect, it's okay. You can see on some of this one where it's not perfect, some of it didn't get paint on it, and that's okay. Because printmaking is sometimes not a perfect thing. You're not going to get the exact same thing every time. So I'm going to try to line this up right on the square itself. And I'm just using my fingers to kind of push it down and pull it up. If I can, it's stuck on there. There we go. And then I am going to put it back in the paint. I don't probably need quite as much this time, and I'm going to skip one and put it back down. So we're kind of doing a checkerboard pattern. Yep, this didn't quite get on there very good. There. That's a little bit better. All right, I'm going to keep using this one. Next, I'm not going to go here because I already have one here. I have to go in the middle. So where there's not one here, I'm going to go right here. Right over Katy Perry's face. There we go. And then I'm going to put another one right here because I'm skipping one. Press it down. I like to just start with one printing plate at a time, so I'm going to do all my negative spaces first. Oops, I lost my little handle. I think I need to roll this paint out a little bit more. All right, this time I need to go here. Different surfaces accept the paint differently, and that slippery surface really makes that printing plate get stuck on it. There, so now it looks like a checkerboard. So I've got every other one. All right, I am done with this. I can throw this thing in the garbage. And now I am going to work with the heart shape. Same thing, just sticking it in the paint. You can kind of see if it's on there good. And try to put it right in the middle of my square. Press it down a little bit and pull up. Now I'm going in all the ones that are blank. There. And that's my finished project. Now I can put this in the drying rack and let it dry. I'm going to throw that away. And that is our rhythm heart project. I can't wait to see how yours turn out.